Wabam. Now, some of you may be thinking, wait a minute, this ain't where we left off. And you're correct, it's not. Because I wanted to go ahead and get some of the outside of modern day stuff done before I do anything else in there, which includes dialogue, running around collecting shit, and the best line in the whole game.
Make sure you're back before dawn. There's an earpiece and a watch.
These?
Yes, take them with you.
Ah, the era before Bluetooth earbuds. Got a book. Now, if you're like a good majority of people that I've talked to about this game, my friends not included, because they all did this stuff too, but a good majority of people I found out over the years didn't actually come out of the Animus until like the very end of the game. Because, I mean, of course, why would you? The Animus is where all the cool past history stabby assassin shit is. But there's some good bits of dialogue that these guys have with each other out here that are worth seeing. That and of course collecting all the past knickknacks, which in hindsight probably shouldn't even like be around anymore because of how many years it's been since these things were put here, I guess. Like, that sword I just picked up that's, like, you know, stabbed in the middle of a park. Like, who wouldn't have taken that home by now? Like, how would that still be here? Of course, we find Ezio's belt at the place that used to be where the courtesans hung out, the brothel. Of course, that's where Ezio's belt would be. What am I thinking? And I think, yep, Medici Cape's the last one in here. And that's probably a reason why a lot of people didn't do the outside of the anime stuff, is because that's it. Those 5 collectibles that I just collected, that's it. And like one other piece of dialogue out here later. Yes, Ezio. I'm doing it. I'm not even in the Animus, and I'm doing it. Desmond. Yes, that was a pillar, Desmond. They're very interesting. There's all the stuff that I just got. Well, bye. That's all we can do with them. Shun, talk to me.
You still managing the teams out in the field?
No phone line. Rebecca's working on patching us into the network.
So how's it feel letting the lady do all the work?
She's no lady.
Hey!
And then they kissed.
You think we're safe here?
I'm more concerned with the other assassins out there. If Abstergo stumbles onto information about the temples, we could have a disaster on our hands.
The only people alive who've heard of the temples are here in this room.
For now, and who knows, maybe they're listening to this conversation and you just gave everything away.
You brought them up first.
You are paranoid, Desmond.
Ah, well played.
I'm busy right now.
Sure you are, Sean.
Why do we have to stay down here all day?
Abstergo's still looking for us. It'd be better if we never went out at all, but then we'd run out of supplies.
It's like being in a cave during a rainstorm.
Yeah, well, knowing the Templars, monsoon season's about to arrive.
You ever use the Animus?
Your ancestors have such interesting lives. I went in once. It was pretty lame.
Yeah, what were you? Some kind of spinster, probably.
Worse, a Prussian mercenary. I spent hours firing guns. Boring!
Yeah, guns are for sissies.
They said it first. But yeah, you see, that's a funny thing. That's a funny thing that the games never really bring up after this. I guess because they ran out of ideas or something. But like, if the Animus did exist and people were literally actually able to relive the lives of their ancestors, only like a very like small amount of people would actually be like, holy crap, my ancestor was a badass. Because like 90% of people is like, my ancestor just did shit. They just lived. Like, I don't... What else are they gonna do? Die of dysentery?
Everything all right?
Hey look, that's the Assassin
Felt
Facebook
like being
game.
stuck underground with them out there looking for us.
You're doing a great job. We're safe here.
But for how long?
What are you doing on Facebook in the middle of the situation, Lucy? We don't have time for these things. We don't have time for social media. We're hiding from Amazon. I mean Abstergo.
We'll talk later. Now get in there and find the apple. We're counting on you.
And now it's time for the funniest line in the game, spoken by Desmond at least.
Hey, what's the matter you out there?
That's racist.
You're racist.
Really? This is what you guys are doing?
Yes.
Oh no, God forbid I take a break. I've only spent the past 3 fucking weeks inside that machine.
Yeah, you tell him,
No,
Desmond.
no, you're right. Let's all just screw around while the world falls to pieces.
Yeah, you tell him,
Hey,
Lucy.
this isn't easy, you know.
Right, like we're all on vacation out here?
Yeah, you tell him, Rebecca.
Enough! Look, everyone's under a lot of pressure. But we're the only ones who can stop Abstergo, so we need to keep it together.
She's right. We need to be a hive mind, people.
Anybody up for some reconciliatory yoga? Anyone?
Very funny, guy.
Yes, that was very funny and very worth it. And something that you can continue doing.
Hey, what's the matter you out there?
See, if you don't get out of the Animus and unplug yourself, you don't see these things. Also, emails, but there's only like 2 interesting things that happen in the emails. Most of them, of course, are like dialogue between all of them. But like, there's one that involves Sean stealing a yogurt, and then Lucy giving him shit, and then Sean being dramatic and going overboard. There's another. What's the word I'm trying to look for? There's another exchange where Sean is afraid of a big Italian man out in a bar where they went to get food one time. Right now they're talking about exchanging stuff between hearing Desmond scream through the night. And I don't think it's here, but I know later Rebecca gets an email from Desmond's dad. But I'm not going to take you guys through... I'm not going to take you guys through all that stuff. Because even I don't want to sit through all that stuff.
Baby's all ready for you.
Let's get back into it. let's get back to Ezio. Okay, so when we last left off, we just finished the Thieves Guild mission. And we unlocked a lot of Thieves Guild missions. But what we're going to do today is we're essentially going to beeline to the next mission in the order. Of course, we're probably going to get distracted by some thief assignments on the way, at least the ones that I find interesting. But essentially, for this first part, we're going to do this layer of Romulus, this layer of Romulus, and get to this mission. And that's essentially like the skeleton of the plan for this stream. I still have my horse. Yeah, I still have my war horse. Let's go! Forward into dawn. Yes, that was a reference. Yes, that's a pyramid in Italy. And I can buy it. Eventually, once that tower goes away, but that tower's going to be there for a while. Because the captain of that tower is an asshole. Kick. Once more into the furry hole. Hi, how you doing? How's the weather down here? Balmy. Okay, got it. Complete the memory within 8 minutes. How about fuck you? You're now notorious. Guards are on high alert. Oh yeah, I'm definitely worried about the guards down here. Never actually been down there, so I don't know if anything... I didn't know if anything important was down there. But I know there's important shit in these rooms. Parkour! Ezio Auditore, the finger strength of a god. That's not the way that I thought it was. As you can already tell, this place is maze-like as shit. So let's just say that the first couple times that I ever played this, I got really confused as to where I was. Unfortunately, even after this many years later and this many times playing through the game, I still don't exactly know where 100% of the chests and stuff are in these missions, but I'm gonna get as many as I can. As many as I can remember. Because even though we're an older Florentine noble, we are broke right now. Don't let that big house on the hill fool you. It just got blown up, so we're kind of got dust in our pockets right now. So we need as much funding as we can get. I don't trust that way. I don't think that way leads to treasure. Oh, it just lit up there. Okay. That's better. It just leads me to a flag, which, as I said last time, flags can fuck off. Almost every time a flag... Hello. The furries are here. Now we're gonna have danger. Almost every single time a flag is a collectible in these games, no one gives a shit about them. Because that was the big main collectible in the first game. And like every single... Like fucking... What was it? The main assassin base had flags to collect. There were Templar flags to collect around everywhere. There were flags to collect in the fucking areas between cities, and there were flags to collect in the cities, and they were all grouped different depending on where they were. And it was just like, no, I don't care about these fucking flags. And the flags were worse in AC1 because there was no reward for getting them all. At least not to my knowledge. And if there is a reward for getting them all, it can't be worth it. Also, can you please stop whispering in my ear like that? I'm not a big fan of it. I signed up for an Assassin's Creed game, not a horror game. Can we stop this, please? Get that. Can you stop that? I don't like that. Stop that. A jar of leeches? Ew. Why is that something that somebody would want to buy? Oh wait, doctors. Never mind. I know who to sell that to. Oh, that's a hole. Let me see how deep this hole is. Whee! Deep hole. Is this the bottomless pit's fucking ancestor from... I don't remember the name of that game, so I'm just gonna not say it. I'm not gonna try. Stanley Parable. That may not be the way you're supposed to do that, but that's the way that I do that. Oh god, this area. I hate this fucking area. This is where it gets bad. This is where it gets just like, where the fuck am I going? I've seen this pile of bones like 8 times. I feel like I'm not going anywhere. But that's the danger of running around in a fucking mausoleum. Sprint down the hallway. Nope. Getting ahead of myself again. Chest. Now this flag I will get since it's essentially on the way. See? It's a fucking maze. But then again, that's probably the point. Hey, more elephant ivory. Cool. Back in the day when we were still hunting elephants for their ivory, huh? Oh wait, we're still doing that. Because we're assholes. God damn, has it been 8 minutes already? Shit. That alarm normally don't go off till later. Why is there a church underground?
I seek those who lead the followers of Romulus.
You think cutting that rope will stop me? Your bosses obviously haven't told you anything about Ezio Auditore da Firenze Finger Blast Man. I have the fingers of a god. If you don't remember what that's a reference to, there's a clip of me coming up with that in the last game. And cool. As in almost every single instance, with almost every single 3D game ever, sometimes that camera will just absolutely fuck you over. Yeah. There we go. That's what I meant to do. Oh! Jesus, Lord in heaven.
Perfect. A route up if I fall.
There's the catchphrase. Are we sure that Nathan Drake isn't a descendant of Ezio? Like Desmond Miles' cousin or something? Because he has the same propensity to fucking break shit whenever he climbs on it as Nathan does. Ah! Oh. Can we get that headcanon started that fucking Ezio and Nathan Drake are in the same bloodline because of their propensity for adventure and breaking shit that they climb on? I'd be down for that. I'd believe that. If someone showed me a side-by-side video compare... Whoa, not that room. That's progress. That's the progress room. Don't want to go there yet. And everything's a dead end. Cool. But yeah, if you showed me a side-by-side like video comparison of Nathan Drake climbing on shit and Ezio climbing on shit, and you saw that they both broke shit, and then you told me that they were related, I'd believe you. You could convince me of that.
What must we do to this trespasser?
What is wrong with your shirt collar there, Ezio?
Do not listen. Only the Borgia speak through him, not your god.
Hey. Not knife. Is it weird that I much prefer fighting these guys with the knife and a dagger instead of a sword?
I'm losing it. Ah! Now you. Dad, after him.
Oh. Get down. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. Son of a bitch. I thought that one died. Hey. Onward. Yeah, so much for stopping me, huh? Man, that was all y'all had? Not even like a final combat room or nothing? Shit. Oh, that was the final combat room. Oh. Y'all might have to work on that. Y'all might have to work on your presentation a bit. You know, one thing. At least the loot in these rooms makes sense. Unlike Assassin's Creed 2, where some of the loot that you could find is a fucking Anubis statue. Scroll with the key. Now, supposedly, the secret thing behind all the scrolls we're collecting is that the armor that it unlocks is armor of Brutus, which I guess he wore whenever he assassinated Caesar, or helped assassinate Caesar, I say. But here's the other thing. I guess they forgot about that. Because in the later games, they essentially make it out to where one of the characters you play as in one of the games assassinated Caesar. Or at least, like, started it. Was like one of the 23 people to stab Caesar. And Brutus was not even there. Oh wait, I know this. I know this one. I know this one. This one's also a pain in the ass. Because the captain of this tower is on a fucking horse. And he likes to run away like a little bitch. Okay, wait a minute. I started over there and ended up over there. Shush. You saw nothing. There is a trick of getting this guy on this one too, but it's also a bit finicky. So, sometimes it works perfectly, sometimes it goes wrong immediately. Just depends.
Always be aware of your surroundings. Our strength comes through vigilance. Assassins will not attack from the front. They will approach out of hiding. Never let your guard down. I am alive today because I listen, look, and heighten my senses at all times. Follow my lead at all times.
Oh, it worked perfectly. Cool. The unfortunate thing about that is that I've lost my warhorse. I guess I don't have the ability to take those weapons away from them yet. Jesus! That was the button.
Holiness asks that you present yourselves to the nearest faithful forces barracks for immediate reassignment.
Oh, did it despawn? Damn. I threw it too hard. Hey, I got my warhorse back. Ow. Sword time. Gun. The guards just become fucking pincushions. It's wonderful. Why did we ever change? Alright. As long as it works. I am? Gotta love the ragdoll in this game. I think I've described it before. I think I talked about it, or at least pointed it out in Assassin's Creed 1. I'm so glad that I played the PC version for these playthroughs, because the PC version has some of the weirdest fucking ragdoll that I've seen. Because the ragdoll is, from my memory, the ragdoll in these early Assassin's Creed games really aren't that prevalent. But then in this one, you can go to my clips and see the one from Assassin's Creed 1 where the dude just fucking bounces from nothing. Gone deaf again. Thank you for your time. And your money, I'll take. That thief mission. Take a little bit of a detour from our plan. Do a thief mission. Out of the early set of thief missions, it's really kind of the only one that I like to do. Because not only do you get to see a lot of the cool, the fist takedowns. The people you kill, the people who you fight, who you can loot from, are the gang members, and they have a lot of rare shit.
Ezio, they said you were coming, but I did not believe it. The Cento Occhi have challenged us to a brawl. Little risk for them since they have greater numbers, but they will not be expecting you. They will arrive soon. Ready yourself.
Ezio the Tide Turner. Hey, you mind? Ow. Hit them, not me. Oh god. Kind of broke the game a little bit. There we go. Stop hitting me. God damn it. Oh. Beautiful animations.
Get him, ragazzi! I found him!
There we go. I think particularly for that reason alone, I think that's why one of the most popular challenge runs to do in Assassin's Creed is to just punch everybody who you can't, who isn't a main target. Two Indian diamonds. Some green jasper. Cardinal's purple dye, that's new. More elephant ivory. Wool. And silver ore. Thank you. Appreciate your business. Okay, what's next? Not that thief assignment, because that's just a race. Probably this next rare? What the fuck is wrong with me? Lair of Romulus. Actually... Nah, I probably can't. Because it's locked down. Because it's probably locked down because of this tower. I was going to open up a tunnel entrance to get me a fast travel spot, but I think it's locked down by that tower. Which I'm saving for later because of how annoying it can be. But I mean, granted, I did one tower last time, and I just did a tower a few minutes ago that I was like, oh, these are gonna be so annoying. They were so annoying when I did it the first time, and then I just breezed right through them. So I don't know. I might be able to get lucky. I know I have a horse, but sometimes you gotta run. Shut up, leave me alone. Mind your business. Sometimes I like to run, okay? God. If you're able to open a lock with a fucking blade, that's a terrible lock. I mean, granted, maybe Ezio's also an ancestor of that locksmith guy, of that lock-picking guy on TikTok. Maybe lock-picking's just in their blood. Just... Yeah, if y'all haven't seen that guy on TikTok yet, go follow him, because some of those videos are just funny. Some of those videos are just funny because he like gets messages and like sometimes sent locks of like, oh, this lock's unbreakable, you can't fucking do anything to it, and he's just like, really? His videos are just good. Go give him some love. I don't trust this.
Kill him! Romulus demands his death! The assassin must suffer as Remus suffered!
You see how the corpse threw its knife away? They're even howling. God damn it!
Your death is written, assassin!
By your forger masters?
You know nothing!
I know you receive enciphered letters from them. Prove your innocence. Tell me where the code sheet is hidden.
Never!
Okay. Now hopefully I can multitask and tell this story while I'm running. That little animation that he just did of him rubbing his wrist, from what I understand, there's actually a story. There's actually a story behind that animation in particular, because apparently the from what I've heard, the motion guy who was rigging Ezio that day had just recovered from a wrist injury or had just had wrist surgery or something like that. So like in the middle of the thing, he, you know, rubs his wrist because, ow, my wrist hurts. And that wasn't explained for a while as to why that would happen. So if you read the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood novelization, there is actually these Romulus layers. These Romulus layers, even though they're like extra stuff you can do in the video game, they're technically part of the main story of Brotherhood, technically. So when you read the novelization, there's actually a moment where Ezio talks about a wrist injury that he had sustained before this moment. And then you get to that moment and he mentions like, ow, my wrist hurts, I gotta rub it. I'll say a line. The author makes him say a line, and after it says like Ezio rubs his wrist because of his prior injury. So I'm like, wait a minute, did they just try to fucking like backpedal because of a mocap guy had wrist problems the day of filming? What the fuck? And I'm like, just leave it in. I mean, he's a master assassin, he's in his 40s. He just killed like an entire group of dudes before that guy jumped down to yell at him. So obviously his wrist's gonna hurt. You don't have to go back and write an entire novelization to explain why Ezio rubbed his wrist in one cutscene. Howdy, how's it going? Pretty good.
I want no part of this.
Really, Ezio? Alright. Mano a mano then. Doing pretty good. This is the second Romulus layer I've done today. A pot. Cool. Gonna head and do the next main mission after this. Barring that I don't get distracted, which is a very likely scenario. Whee! Weird. Weird decor you have here. Oh, I thought that was death. Holy shit. Huh. Weird. The parrying system. Just goals, yes. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that this is not Roman. Keep this area in mind for later. You finally forced yourself to finish Witherhoard Catalyst? Ah, that's what you were doing. Was it as stress-inducing as it sounds? Hey, Buddhist prayer beads. Why a set of Buddhist prayer beads is sitting in a random chest in Rome in the 1500s, I'll never know. But I'm not complaining. Another key! And a scroll. Ugh. 100 kills in PvP. Yes, it took a bit. Some games you'd get 3 kills, some you'd get 10. Hey, I take any kill in PvP as a win, because I can't get any kills at all, hardly ever, so. Good on you for sticking with it. So what does the catalyst do? I forget. Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to climb out of a sewer here. Okay, respect the personal bubble. Actually, you know what? For that,
I've seen enough of your brutta faccia.
oh, that was perfect timing. Oh God.